In this part of my assignment, I'll be going through different refereeing decisions and whether I disagree or agree with them and whether I think they were right in my opinion. First of all, we have an example of a run out. As you can see, the batsman is out of his crease after he started running, and the bowler here has gambled on the ball being played short. And as the ball has rolled towards him, he's kicked the ball at the wickets, and the ball clearly makes contact with the wickets before the batsman is in his crease, meaning that technically this batsman here has been run out and he should not be able to continue in the game. The umpire signalled to see on the screen because he needed some help to see whether this is a legitimate way of getting him out because he's kicked it. And now we will see what his decision was. So he was given as out. I agree with this decision. Next up, we have an example of hitting 6 runs off of 1 ball. As you can see from this, as soon as Chris Gale hits the ball, it goes up into the air, and the first time that it bounces is after the boundary, and this means that he scores 6 runs from each of these balls. And also, this is a good example of showing that there's 6 bowls in an over, and with every bowl, Chris Gale hit 6 runs because the ball never bounced onto the floor before it went over the boundary. This is an example of being bowled out by the bowler. This is a good example of being bowled out because the ball hits the wickets from the bowl. It's the batsman's duty to defend his wickets and score runs, but as you can see from this, he hasn't been able to do that. You can see here that the wicket has come out, which is a good indication to show you that the ball has hit the wickets. This batsman is now out. Now we're moving on to football, and this is a disallowed goal. It's been disallowed for offside. I'll let it run. So there, as you can see, he's not offside because when the ball is played, in my opinion, he's in line with the last defender. A good indication of this is you can see the penalty spot here, and I think that this defender, which is the last defender, is just maybe an inch in front of the penalty spot. Whereas when you look at this player here, he's a good foot in front of it. So I think he's actually onside. and the referee isn't exactly in line with these players here, this one and this one. So his ability to make the right decision is impaired because of his position. If he was up this way a little bit more, you might be able to see that this player is onside. As you can see, the ball does go into the back of the net, which means that it would have counted if this linesman down here had given the right decision. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, the linesman flagged offside, meaning that the referee here has seen the offside flag, and that this is why he's given offside, because the referee here couldn't have seen. This referee can't see from there whether this player is offside or not, so he has to take the linesman's decision. This is an example of the referee changing his mind with the help from his linesman. I think that this is the right decision, and you'll see why. So at this point you can see the referee's pretty adamant that he's given a penalty, and although there's many players surrounding him saying that it wasn't a penalty, he doesn't look as if he's about to change his decision. I feel like because of how many players are surrounding him, it makes him go to the linesman and have a discussion with him about what happens, as you can see. At this point, these two referees are talking about what they saw. The linesman is saying that it shouldn't be a penalty, and this referee is using his uh, knowledge to understand that this linesman was probably a better place to see it from where he was. I think this is the right decision to reverse the penalty decision, because this player here actually kicks the back of this player's leg, and although this player might not win the ball, I feel like if anything, it's this player who's fouling this player. The referee was right to reverse the decision because of this, and this is an offside call, which is dealt with wrongly by the referee. So as you can see from this, from here, you can see that Higuain is in front of the last defender, and the linesman will be around this area. I don't think this is an offside, but the linesman gives it anyway. If the ball had gone in, you'd probably expect more of a disagreement, because he's missed anyway, so it doesn't really affect the the score of the game. So it's not that big of a deal. But the referee should have given a free kick to the defending team, because no, the referee should have given a goal kick to the defending team because the striker misses the goal. And that's the end of my assignment 1 for practical team sports.